we want to thank God first. You got to thank God first, you know what I'm saying? And I really want to thank the jury for making the right decision, you know? And I'm just so thankful. This is crazy right now. This whole experience has been crazy for the past 4 years, but I'm thankful. Nonetheless, I'm thankful, and we blessed to be here right now, to be a free man talking to y'all. Thank you. All praise to God.
Congratulations.
Not Rihanna being investigated by the FBI after one of the jury exposed her for allegedly paying them off to rule in A$AP Rocky's favor. I mean, we all know our girl had money, but allegedly bribing a jury for her baby daddy to be left off the hook so he can put her through the mattress was definitely not something we thought she would do, okay? A$AP went from facing 24-year sentence to suddenly being a free man and going home to his family. People just aren't buying it, and they are convinced that some bribery and corruption BS happened behind the scenes because he was literally caught on camera committing the crime he was getting accused of, but he still somehow got off. Now, as most of y'all know, A$AP was caught up in a felony charge, and he was in court these last few weeks fighting for his freedom. It all started when his high school best friend and a member of his Always Strive and Prosper gang, A$AP really accused him of pulling a gun on him and firing at him. Apparently, he had an agreement that A$AP would cover the funeral expenses of one of their members who passed away, but when it was time for A$AP to do it, he went MIA. They ended up agreeing to meet up to talk things out alone, but A$AP pulled up with two of his guys, and to make matters even worse, he also came along with a gun. Relly said A$AP shot him twice with one bullet, grazing his knuckles, but according to A$AP, he said it was just a prop that he brought along to protect himself in case Relly tried to come for him. But here's the thing, a security footage was placed in court, and even though it didn't show A$AP's Relly, it showed him holding the prop. Not only that, but the version of the video that was played in court reportedly had the sound and video, and shots could be heard once they moved away from the view of the camera. So what's even more interesting is that when the police initially searched the crime scene, they didn't find any evidence of the but Relly wasn't having it, so he went to the crime scene himself to conduct his own investigation, and he came back with his own shell casings, which he claimed he found at the same crime scene the police searched. This is when people started suspecting that the feds were being bribed to overlook some things that could incriminate A$AP, because how did they not find these shell casings, but Relly, who is a civilian without half the resources they have, managed to find the shell casings? It's either Relly was lying or the feds were really paid to overlook evidence. Interestingly enough, A$AP's lawyer Joe Tacopina used this in his defense. He argued in court that Relly had no physical evidence to back up his allegations, and this defense fueled the allegations that the feds were paid off to overlook the shell casings, so A$AP could allegedly use it to argue it in court to prove that he's innocent. But Relly wasn't innocent either, because as the case went on, it became clear that this main motive for starting this whole thing was because he was jealous of A$AP and wanted to get back at him by hurting his pockets. His initial plan was to sue A$AP for $30 million, but he was told that in order for his lawsuit to hold up, he'll have to file a police report first and win. That way, when he filed a lawsuit after, it won't look like he's only filing it to make a quick buck out of it. He was basically doing all this to build up his case. He saw A$AP living his best life with Rihanna, who is a whole billionaire, and probably thought to himself that since A$AP is clearly not giving any handouts, he'll just force it out of him through a lawsuit and make himself rich in the process. There were even text messages and phone calls brought up during the trial, and judging from them, it was clear that Relly had been feeling some type of resentment towards A$AP for a while, and decided to use that whole thing about him not covering the funeral expenses of their dead friend as an excuse to really go in on A$AP and destroy his life. Just in case y'all forgot, A$AP was facing up to 24 years in jail. His kids would have been full-grown adults, and Rihanna would have been over 60 years old by the time he got out. That's how bad it was, and Relly still didn't care. Mind you, this is someone he grew up with. A$AP was really at the verge of losing everything, and he's lucky as hell that the jury took his side, because it would have been over for him. Rihanna saw everything that was at stake, and of course, she had to do something. The word on the street is she allegedly bribed the jury, but not with her money. People claim that she used her celebrity star power and also intentionally brought her and A$AP's kids to the trial trial to sway the decision of the jury. She appeared for almost all his trial dates and strategically brought their sons along looking all cute in their suits. Obviously, the jury went by the facts of the case, but Rihanna's presence definitely had them starstruck, and final nail in the coffin to sway their decision was when she came in there with the kids. People claim the jury got to see how much of a family man ASAP is, and they decided to give him a second chance at being a better father for his kids. Now, I mean, did y'all see the time his verdict was announced and he was found not guilty? He ran into Rihanna's arms like it was the last chance he'd ever had to hug her, and she hugged him right back. She was literally crying and holding on to him as tight as she could. That's her man, and she's gonna stick beside him.
01. We, the jury, the above entitled action, find the defendant, Raheem Mayers, not guilty of the
She also said on her IG, the glory belongs to God and God alone, thankful, humbled by his mercy. Relly's trifling self, on the other hand, was still pressed, and he dragged everyone who was supporting Rihanna and ASAP. He said, gossiping is a form of entertainment for people who have no meaningful goals or purpose in life. Hate me, bring shame to my name, say bad things about me. I don't care. Your existence doesn't add any value in my life. People had their own thoughts, like this person who said, yes, Relly was a horrible witness. Yes, Rocky's lawyer was amazing and he ate up the prosecutors. But Rihanna helped play a big part too, and y'all can't tell me any different. LOL. Another person said, only thing Rihanna did was make sure he had a high-power lawyer to get him through that trial. Plus, Relly was a lame and a goofy ball with this whole situation. Couldn't get his story straight at all, plus admitted to wanting money out of Rocky. Rocky needs to level up his life now. No more hood booger-ish no more, man. Them days are over, bruh. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Rihanna allegedly manipulating the jury with her and her kids' presence? And do you really think ASAP is really innocent in all of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.